Graduands, guests and colleagues, my name is Mary Howarth and I'm delighted to welcome you all to graduation. I have a few announcements to make before we begin so that you can relax and enjoy the ceremony. Graduands, an easy job to start with. Please check that your seat number matches the number on your ticket because you'll be called to the stage in this order. If you discover that these do not match, our team of stewards can help you locate the correct seat. At the appropriate time, you'll be invited by the stewards to stand and to make your way to the foot of the stairs, ready to head up the stairs and across the stage. All very straightforward. There are two key things which make for a seamless ceremony. Firstly, as soon as the person ahead of you begins to cross the stage, please make sure you make your way up the stairs. Please don't wait until they've passed across the stage before you reach the top of the stairs. Secondly, don't let excitement and pride overwhelm you so much that you forget to pick up your degree parchment after you've crossed the stage. If you do, don't worry, you have still graduated, but don't try to go back because you will collide with someone coming the other way. Instead, please visit the Graduation Information Desk in the Exhibition Centre, where you collected your gown and tickets 30 minutes after the ceremony to collect your parchment. At the end of the ceremony, graduates are asked to process out of the hall, directed by the stewards. Family and friends, the stewards will show you to the exits once the graduates have left the hall. If the fire alarm should sound at any point, please remain in your seats. Instructions will be given and we will escort you to the nearest exit. As graduates, you will join an international community of over 123,000 alumni in 183 countries. The York Alumni Association organises many events, networks and services designed to help you make connections with other alumni across the world and boost your career prospects. Please visit the Alumni Association stand and photo booth in the Exhibition Centre, where you can pick up your graduation gift to welcome you into the York Global Alumni Association. As you get your first job or take up further study or training, please remember to keep us in touch with what you're doing. Understanding the career paths that you will take will help us provide the right support for current students and make sure we offer graduates like you relevant information and opportunities. Finally, please turn your mobile phones to silent, and will you all now please stand?
I declare this congregation open for the conferment of awards upon all graduands. Please be seated. Welcome to the University of York. Welcome to this iconic building at the heart of the university, Central Hall. A great welcome to you on such a fantastic day. For those of you unfamiliar with the local climate, it's always like this. I'm the Vice-Chancellor of the university, and it's my duty to open the ceremony. Graduation ceremonies are such special occasions. They're both a celebration of our graduands' achievements, and they're also a moment of transition, with all the excitement and anticipation that comes with our graduates moving on into the next phase of their lives. So we're delighted that friends and family of our graduands can be with us to witness this ceremony and to join in this celebration today. Some of you are local to York, others have travelled from around the UK, others still have come to us from many different countries around the world. You're all very welcome. We know also that some who are special to our graduands are unable to be present today. We hope that many of them will be able to celebrate at distance via the webcast of this ceremony. And we will now commence the ceremony.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Mathematics, for research on representations of reflection monoids, Majid Omar Al-Baiti. For research on fixed and proportional transaction costs, Martin Brown. For research on the fluid dynamics of nascent biofilms, Nicola Farthing. For the degree of Master of Science by Research in Mathematics, Philip Hutchinson. For the degree of Master of Science in Financial Engineering, Jack Cheery. Ife Hu. Roman Penza. And Jingya Wu. For the degree of Master of Science in Mathematical Finance, Satara Ansar. Pia Barthet. Jingyao Che. Marcin Debczynski. Xin Hua. Sahir Majid. Shuqin Mi. William Ravenscroft. Jiachen Shen. Spencer Thurgood. Mengyao Wang. Hao Yu. Nikolaos Zaras. Yuhan Zhang. Yushu Zhao. For the degree of Master of Science in Mathematical Sciences, Stevie Brain. Catherine Turner. Dingjia Chow. Yinjun Chun. Dougal Ferguson. Oration Hu. Mengzi Huang. Xiang Huo. Chuhan Li. Mercedes Lord Mendoza. Xiaoyin Wang. Liu Ruyu Yu. Yucheng Zhao. Yun Zheng. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Computer Science and Mathematics with a year in industry, Anthony McDonough. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Mathematics, Sapphire Knighton. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Mathematics and Statistics, Jack Staveley. And for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Joshua Whiteley.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates for the degree of Master of Arts by Research in Music, Rowan Williams. For the degree of Master of Arts in Community Music, Caroline Jeffries. Li Yuting. For the degree of Master of Arts in Music, Ailsa Campbell. Chen Chung. Chen Ting. Cassidy Kramer. Andrew Cullen. Dai Jai. Feng Xiaoming. Philip Folks. Valentine Ford. Joanna Kulepu. Lee Gunn. Li Mengqi. Li Chen. Li Wenjun. Yang Jingwen. Yu Xuya. Lu Chuqi. Cameron MacArthur. David McGregor. Harry Morgan Williams. Francesca Palova Richardson. Thomas Proctor. Emily Tyndall. Gregory Trelaw. Elliot Walker, Christopher Wood, Shu Ushin, Zhou Chenying. For the degree of Master of Arts in Music Education, Instrumental and Vocal Teaching, Tekla Andreu. Nasim Ansari. Chung Su. Du Dani. Ru Zixuan. Jian Xuying. Jiang Wumeng. Li Jinghua. Li Shu. Li Siqi. Li Yan. Li Yaremei. Liu Haoyue. Liu Xin. Liu Yaokun. Lu Mengqi. Meng Lu. Miao Suni. Sarah Naruzi Iranzat. Stefanos Natulas. Heng Xuyuan. Lucy Plimmer. Rong Wen. Song Zhao. Emma Stafford. Penny Talbot. Wu Zhen. Wu Shuixuan. Xue Shuje. Shu Shemin. Shu Ciarán. Yan Yiyun. Zhao Guishu. Zhou Xiaochao. For the degree of Master of Arts in Music Production, Pedro Caetano. David Gibson. Ao Reining. Marco Ross. For the degree of Postgraduate Diploma in Music, James Botcher. Sophie Collerton. Robin Data. Jacob de Menezes Wood. Victoria Price.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ensemble Anonimi will perform Smile with lyrics by Turner and Parsons and music by Charlie Chaplin, followed by I Lived by One Republic.
Smile, though your heart is aching. smile through your fear and sorrow. Smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. Light up your face with gladness and hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile, smile, you just smile. Oh, smile, smile, though it's breaking when there are clouds in the sky. You'll get by if you smile through your fear sorrow. Smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you.
Light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness, although a tear may be ever so near. That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile, smile, you just smile. Oh, you just smile.
Hope when you take that jump, you don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you'll build a wall.
Hope when the crowd screams out, they're screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. I hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. The only way you can know, you give it all you have. But I hope that you don't suffer, but take the pain. I hope when the morning comes, you'll say, I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived. I hope that you spend your days and that they all add up. And when the sun goes down, I hope you raise your cup. wish that I could witness all your joy and all your pain. But until my moment comes, I'll say, I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places and things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived. This world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived.
Vice-Chancellor, it is with great pleasure that I present to you Professor Dame Frances Kirwan as an honorary graduate of our university. Frances is a leading mathematician whose work in geometry has been revolutionary. But she's not been nominated for her research alone, although that would have been more than reason enough. Frances has been fully engaged throughout her career in helping young people to understand the beauty of mathematics, from school children through undergraduates to her doctoral students, many of whom have gone on to successful academic careers. She has at the same time been a leading figure in mathematical service. Indeed, behind Frances is a wealth of groundbreaking achievements, and although this goes against her natural modesty, she's very much a role model to the generations of mathematicians following behind. Educated at an all-girls school in Oxford, Frances studied mathematics as an undergraduate in the 1970s at Cambridge. At that time, staff insisted upon calling her Mr. Kirwan, the language not having adapted to cope with females. Subsequently, Frances returned to Oxford to take a DPhil under the supervision of the great Sir Michael Atiyah. She then held a junior fellowship at Harvard, before fellowships at Magdalen and then Balliol, Oxford, where she remained. In 1996, she was awarded the Oxford title of distinction of Professor of Mathematics. Frances's research lies in the area of moduli spaces, where the fields of algebraic and symplectic geometry meet. Stemming from algebraic, dynamical, and indeed physical considerations, her work can be described as endeavouring to understand geometric structures by considering their algebraic and topological properties. You might have an instinct for geometry in 2 dimensions, but as the dimensions grow, it is extraordinarily difficult to classify geometric objects. But Frances has extraordinary talents. First, she has oversight and command of highly distinct areas, and second, she has a special ability to visualize mathematics. And these talents have enabled her to identify patterns and connections where other researchers cannot, and have resulted in a number of important advances. Frances has developed a new theoretical framework to compute what are known as topological invariants within the area of geometric invariant theory. Invariants are hugely important to mathematicians since they enable us to tell when 2 highly abstract structures are different, long after elementary considerations have failed. The power of Frances's ideas is that they may be applied in many circumstances. She has used and extended her techniques to solve a number of hard, open problems, including some thought to be impossible. There are many individual results I could pick out, but let me mention just one, the establishment of the so-called residue formula with Lisa Jeffery, resolving an important conjecture of the leading mathematical physicist, Witten. In Frances's own modest, quiet words, well, the resulting breakthrough came out of thinking how to redo a bit of Witten's work in a mathematically rigorous way. Far from the stereotypical mathematician, and I'm sure I don't need to explain what he looks like, Frances has raised 3 children, and she's not keen on the competitive atmosphere of some academic conferences. She's remained committed to teaching throughout her illustrious career, chairing the United Kingdom Mathematics Trust, a charity to bring maths to children, believing such activities to be as important and with as lasting an impact on humanity as research. Frances has been active in addressing the gender imbalance in mathematics in her work for both the London and European mathematical societies. She was a member of the committee that awarded the Fields Medal, that's the mathematician's equivalent of a Nobel Prize, to Mariam Mirzakhani in 2014. Mariam was the first woman to ever receive that honour. The brilliance of Frances's work is witnessed by her list of honours. In 1989, she was awarded a Whitehead Prize by the London Mathematical Society, followed by a Senior Whitehead Prize in 2013. In 2001, she was elected a Fellow of the Royal Society, only the 3rd female mathematical fellow. Out of 169 Maths Fellows today, just 8 are women. She was President of the London Mathematical Society from 2003 to 2005, the 2nd youngest president in the Society's history and only the 2nd woman. From 2005 to 2010, she was EPSRC Senior Research Fellow, and in 2014 received a damehood for her services to mathematics. In 2017, she was elected Civilian Professor of Geometry, the first woman to hold the post in the 400 years of its existence. All mathematicians, and there are many amongst you graduating today, grapple day by day with the details and the applications of the tools of our trade. But as you move forward in your lives, I hope that you will remember not only the utility, but also the beauty of mathematics, exemplified in Frances's powerful contributions, which go hand in hand with her service to her students and colleagues. She has made a difference to this world, and I hope that each of you can find your own way to do so. Vice-Chancellor, it is my privilege to present Frances Kirwan for the degree of Doctor of the University, honoris causa.
By the authority vested in me by the University of York, I have great pleasure in conferring upon you the degree of Doctor of the University, honoris causa.
So, very many thanks, Vicky, for your very kind words. So I've been asked to say something in response, and it's very easy to start. So it is a huge honour to be presented with an honorary degree from this university. Somehow, ever since I was a child, York and Yorkshire have seemed to me really romantic and appealing parts of this country. and I've treasured my Yorkshire ancestry. I have a little bit of Yorkshire ancestry, though it is rather remote. So, when I thought about what else I might say, I remembered watching a recording of the address given at a graduation ceremony at the University of Western Australia, my husband's Australian, by the Australian songwriter and comedian Tim Minchin. I thoroughly recommend watching this. He claims not to be an inspirational speaker, but he does it brilliantly, being very funny, but at the same time giving his audience 9 life lessons with which I agree wholeheartedly. So I'm going to be shameless and steal Tim Minchin's 9 life lessons today, give you a very brief, much less entertaining version of what he said. So, his lesson number 1, you don't have to have a dream. If you have something you've always wanted to do, fine, go for it. But if, like me at your stage, you've no big plans for the future, that's fine too. Just look for something interesting to do next and see what comes after that. So, life lesson number 2, don't seek happiness. Trying too hard to be happy is very often counterproductive. On the other hand, trying to make others happy can be very satisfying. Number 3, remember, it's all luck. Of course, we've all worked very hard for our successes, but we're lucky to have been in the position to do that, and we shouldn't blame others for not succeeding where we have. Lesson number 4, exercise. Take care of your body. There's an inverse correlation between depression and exercise. Number 5, be hard on your opinions. Identify your biases and prejudices. We all have them. Number 6, Tim mentions life lesson number 6. He says, be a teacher. If you're in doubt about what to do next, being a school teacher is a fantastic thing to do. Not necessarily forever, just for a few years. And even if you're never going to be a teacher professionally, share your education, share your ideas, rejoice in learning more and sharing more. Number 7, define yourself by what you love, not by what you hate. Be enthusiastic and pro stuff, not anti stuff. Number 8, respect people with less power than you. And finally, life lesson number 9, don't rush. Don't rush into deciding what you're going to do with the rest of your life, and be prepared to change course and do different things at different times. So, thank you for listening to me, and do listen to the real version by Tim Minchin. It's great.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Philosophy. For research in active Berkeleianism, John Bleckl. For research in Towards a Realist Philosophy of Historiography, Adam Timmins. For research on the epistemology and ethics of friendship, Jack Warman. For the degree of Master of Arts in Philosophy, Rachel Arnold. Thomas Devlin. Thomas Killelea. Henry Napper. Robin Paulett Howell. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy, Edmund Hornby King. Raji Ali.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Social Policy and Social Work, for research in LGBT plus people's perspectives of resilience, Epi Leishman. For research in conditionality and vulnerability in universal credit, Helen Stinson. For research in the political economy of social protection, Blaise Fofung Fudinga. For the degree of Master of Arts in Comparative and International Social Policy, Zhao Liu. Victoria McLaughlin. Ekaterina Pokakiva. For the degree of Master of Arts in Global Crime and Justice, Angela Brucci. Nova Meselise. Ashita Silla. For the degree of Master of Arts in Public Policy and Management, Lilishwari Bujan Skrisian. Tristan Bishop. Matthew Collins. Zoe Dexter. Elena Ekariva Ubina. Natalie Louise Howden. Birit Lekak. Julie Lowe. Michelle Massey Collier. Austin Undio Quayler. Daniel Undoy. Emma Louise Simone Webster. Ivan Zupan. For the degree of Master of Arts in Social Policy, Macarena Aquipil. Kendra Butler. Gigi Cheng. Rani Govender. Isabel Hunning-Schmuck. Unhwa Hyung. Chak Fan Kwok. Abigail Inyard Tow. For the degree of Master of Arts in Social Work, Chloe Gibson. Adriana Stewart. Nicholas Dykes. For the degree of Master of Arts in Social Work Practice, Think Ahead, Hannah Alturndorf. Katie Arundel. Nicholas Aston. Yasmin Bainbridge. Erin Banks Kelly. Luke Bloomer. Miriam Brady. Victoria Brinkhurst. Amelia Bushell. Emma Carter. Yana Chapman. Miriam Chapman. Catherine Danaher. James Davenport. Rosie Durkin. Charlotte Edwards-Hampson. Georgina Giordano. Ellie Goldsmith. Sally Greaves. Laura Gregory. Matthew Griffin. Chloe Hall. Jennifer Hernshaw. Sarah Heaton. Eleanor Hinchcliffe. Kelsey Hodgson. Luke Jackson. Portia Kabe. Ambia Cartoon. Hannah Kingsford. Rebecca Lake. Suzanne Lambert. Lee Laurent. Robin Lawrence. Nikki Lonsdale. Pamela Macon. Catherine Miller. Anna Claire Mitchell. Anne O'Driscoll. Helen Parr. Mariam Rashid. Lucy Rees. Zoe Rice-Jones. Emily Richards. Georgina Shotton. Maddie Tate. Arnold Thornton Rice. Cassie Tickell Painter. Imogen Titan. James Wakefield. Rebecca Webster. Alicia Wesley. Rachel Wilcox. Lorna Zaharek. For the degree of Master of Arts in Social and Public Policy, Catherine Allen. Stephanie Sykes. For the degree of Master of Public Administration International Development, Maureen Kamincha. Chioma Oduenyi. Gabrielle Peacock. Temuani Piri. And for the degree of Master of Public Administration, Caroline Dangerfield. Francesca Ferris-Ockwell. Emma Garland. For the degree of Master of Research in Social Policy, Tess Herman. For the degree of Master of Research in Social Work, Yoon A. Cho. For the degree of Postgraduate Diploma in Social Work, Lisa Sawfleet. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Applied Social Science, Children and Young People, Catherine French. Felicity Wilkinson. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Social Work, Ella Devane.
It is my enormous pleasure to introduce Chioma Oduenyi, our student orator, who will speak on behalf of the class of 2020. Our student orators have been invited to speak in recognition of their hard work on behalf of the student community and their commitment to their studies. Our speakers have pursued the most enriching experience they could during their time at York, as well as giving back to their community. On behalf of the class of 2020, I give you Chioma Oduenyi.
Distinguished guests, family, friends, members of faculty, and most importantly, distinguished class of 2020. Good afternoon. I feel highly honored and most privileged to represent my peers on this podium today in commemoration of a fulfilling academic journey that started at the University of York several months ago. Today marks the end of an academic adventure for each of us, and yet a beginning of a brand new phase in our lives, respectively. But while our families and friends remain extremely proud of our achievements at York, it is important that we always remember that whatever we make out of this milestone solely depends on us. Permit me to reflect a bit on my experience studying at this prestigious university as an online master's student resident in Nigeria. Before studying at the University of York, I had earlier obtained an online master's degree from another university in the United Kingdom. This made me believe that I could predict what my learning experience would be at York. However, ladies and gentlemen, no. York proved me wrong. Yes, I said York proved me wrong. I had prided myself in my excellent writing skills, even before my very first graded assignments at York. But upon receipt of my marks for my very first module, York humbled me. I believe that most of us graduating today share similar experience, and at the same time can attest to how demoralizing those moments were. But thanks to the university's reflective practice modules and the university's meticulous marking style, that helped me to identify critical gaps that I needed to close if I would truly become an excellent academic writer. I became eager and committed to learn. Then York provided me with incredible and unequaled personal academic support through various platforms. And at the end of it all, I succeeded in raising the bar in my academic writing. Today, I am extremely proud of my academic writing skills, and I feel very accomplished in my scholarly quest, and I hope you are too. Studying at York all the way from Nigeria and finishing very strong in my class is a testament that York remains truly global and truly international. York broke the barriers of distance, race, class, gender, color, and all other intersecting identities that commonly divide us as humanity. Even though I was not on campus in person, still, York delivered to me an undiluted quality education that I yearned for. Today, I am confident, bold, and ready to compete all over the world, breaking any barriers and aiming for the top at all times. My message for you today is that if distance couldn't stop me, and work and family pressures failed to stop me, then I do not expect anything else to ever stop any of us from living and actualizing our dreams. It is important for us to understand that we all have been equipped with cutting-edge 21st century solutions to solve 21st century problems facing our world today. Therefore, our learnings from York must impact the global community, starting from our immediate communities, where we all must contribute our individual quotas to ensure that collectively we achieve a more peaceful and a prosperous world. Indeed, it's only a deep sense of hard work, resilience, and tenacity that could have gotten any of us here today. Therefore, we all should truly be proud of our achievements at the University of York. I wish to express my deepest gratitude to everyone who supported me through this long but very rewarding journey. First, my appreciation goes to my super supportive husband, Mr. Fabian Oduenyi, and all my 4 children who sacrificed so much to let me have the strongest support system that enabled me to achieve this feat. I will also use this medium to thank my academic and dissertation supervisors, Dr. Mathilde, Dr. Sophie, and Dr. Enrico, and of course, all my module tutors at York, including Professor Ellen Roberts, who graciously hosted some of us at her residence last night. You all made me and my classmates feel extremely brilliant as you celebrated our small wins and encouraged us to do more always. Certainly, this speech would be incomplete if I failed to say a very big thank you to you all, my truly global classmates. You all brought your A games from your diverse experiences from around the globe and made our study at York worth the while. Again, thank you for this rare privilege and super duper congratulations to the class of 2020. Thank you for having me.
Vice-Chancellor and President, whilst the stellar career of Sir Kirwan Devane has taken a number of different courses, there are strong themes which emerge. It is a path that is reflective of his values, his personality, and indeed his personal experiences. It is a model that I would recommend to all, although he would probably say that none of it was completely planned. Few of us work in a single area of expertise or for a single employer for the whole of our career. And if we can find a path that fits us and our talents, then all the better. Ciarán clearly has. Not only that, but he has achieved great personal success, improved lives, and enabled the success of many others. After an undergraduate degree in biochemical engineering at University College Dublin, Ciarán worked as an engineer and in management for ICI before joining Gemini, a firm of management consultants. The tragic and untimely death of his wife Katie from cancer caused Ciarán, however, to reassess his career. He moved to take a master's degree in international policy and practice from George Washington University in the USA. Subsequently, his wish to use his knowledge in a new way led to his appointment as Chief Executive of Macmillan Cancer Support. He had a huge impact here, taking the charity beyond its clinical care services towards an organisation centred on and now famous for whole-person care. Through a detailed, evidence-based approach, Macmillan doubled its income and grew hugely in terms of size, scope and impact. Ciarán's knighthood in 2015 was for his services to cancer patients. At the same time, another new path opened when in 2015 he became the Chief Executive of the British Council. With over 10,000 staff operating in 130 countries, this is an organisation familiar to many who work in universities. We encounter British Council staff on visits connected with global research collaborations, on teaching projects, and the recruitment of our international students. But it is probably true to say that the British Council is better known in other countries than it is in the UK. Its impact should not be underestimated. It is truly a force for good in the world. When it was established in the midst of the Second World War, the British Council's first annual report said, "The Council's aim is to create in a country overseas a basis of friendly knowledge and understanding of the people of this country, which will lead to a sympathetic appreciation of British foreign policy, whatever, for the moment, the foreign policy may be." I know that Ciarán keeps a copy of this report when he travels abroad with the British Council, holding fast to the idea of friendly knowledge and understanding. For a long time, the British Council was seen as the government's cultural arm, and in many respects, that is still true. However, Ciarán has used his engineering skills to redesign the organisation in both commercial and reputational ways. Its sensitivities to the need for intercultural competence and the need for a partnership approach in a post-colonial world have been markers of Ciarán's leadership. Having travelled with Ciarán in Russia, I have direct experience of his hugely patient diplomatic skills and his ability to make a difference at a global level, keeping relationships alive despite the politics and perhaps the politicians. One of the British Council's key role is also to be the UK's agency for Erasmus. This is a scheme close to the heart of the university, and a significant proportion of our students have an international experience during their degree, and well over 100 students a year do a study or work placement in Europe funded by Erasmus. We watch with interest to see if this continues, but our commitment to international mobility, like that of the British Council, clearly remains. Since 2019, Ciarán has been the chair of the Health Service Executive of Ireland, the Irish NHS, a role that he says he undertakes in his spare time. He is enjoying challenging Ireland's health service and is committed to seeing a new focus on mental health. This latest move may seem like another divergence, but health is one of the golden threads of his career, which includes not only Macmillan, but also his work as a board member of England's National Health Service. At the heart of all he has done is the connection with the human experience. Put simply, he values doing the right thing and the fact that his job is to let other people do their job. Vice-Chancellor and President, I present to you Sir Ciarán Devane for the degree of Doctor of the University, honoris causa.
Sir Ciarán, through the authority vested in me by the University of York, I have great pleasure in conferring upon you the degree of Doctor of the University, honoris causa.
Sometimes you don't recognise yourself. I'm very honoured to be awarded this degree by the university, but I'm very privileged to be here in this room with you as the new graduates of the University of York, and I will always regard myself as a member of the class of 2020. In this room is somebody who will set up a great business, somebody who will write a great book, be a great leader, be a great parent, be a loyal friend. You will do it because you are brilliant. You're hard-working, mostly, but you're lucky. You were born when you were born, with the genes you were born with. You were born where you were born, and you got to come here to York. By contrast, I could introduce you to young boys and girls who are expected to work in a quarry at a young age and through their adult lives, and that is what will happen to them. I could introduce you to young men who have fled their universities and lost family members in war. I could introduce you to young women expected to give up on their education and get married because of discrimination. I could bring you to places that won't exist in 10 years' time because of climate change. Now, we in this room, we will all have our own challenges, our own problems, our own fears in life. But really, we are lucky. And because of that, I think we have a duty. We, you, are the people who have the skills and the gifts to make the world a better place, a safer place, a more prosperous place, and a kinder place. You are the people who will change the world and make it better. You will make your town better, your village, your city. So my plea is that along with your professional lives and the hopefully happy home life that you will have, my hope is that you will remember to spare some time to change the world. Just a little bit of it. Maybe the whole world. I was trying to think of what advice I would give you as you set out on your careers. Well, if you got this far by being brilliant and hardworking and lucky, maybe the best advice is to become more brilliant and work hard and be lucky. But what do I really mean by that? Please do be brilliant. This means continuing to advance your skills, to learn new knowledge, gain new abilities, not only in your specialty but in wider things. If you're a mathematician, study a different topic, study the humanities. If you study the humanities, maybe study some science. But one of the best bits of advice I was given was that the skills that get you here are not the skills that will get you somewhere else. You need to keep growing. The person who keeps growing will always do better than the person who rests on their existing skills. And what do I mean by work hard? Well, I don't mean work hard. I really mean work more intelligently. Worry about how to do something better as well as what to do. And whatever you do, be good to people. Your reputation matters. Your values matter. Never play the office politics or do somebody down. In the long run, it never works. Never sell your soul. People who do, they all crash one day. But most of my advice is to stay lucky. Now, what do I mean by that? There's a story told about President Mitterrand, the former French president. Somebody asked him, how did you get to be the president of France? And his answer was, I jumped on the galloping horse of opportunity. And what do you mean, Mr. President? Jump on the galloping horse of opportunity. Well, imagine you're looking after your house and your garden and your farm, and you're wondering what to do to make life better, and you see this horse galloping towards you, and you've no idea where it's coming from, and you've no idea where it's going. He said, I jumped on the horse. I didn't know where it was going. I didn't know if I'd fall off. I didn't know if I have to walk back with my tail between my legs. But I jumped on the horse. I went for that new experience, to see something from a different perspective, to try something new, to stretch myself. So make luck happen for you. Make serendipity work for you. Savour where you are from, but learn to love it all the more by looking at it from a different perspective. So what my advice is, stay brilliant, work as hard as you do, and jump on the galloping horse. Thank you.
Members of Court and Council, graduates, guests and colleagues, this speech will conclude the graduation ceremony. Graduation ceremonies are perhaps the most special part of my job. They mark the creativity, the energy, the passion and the sheer hard work that you, our graduates, have put into your studies. I've just had the privilege of being the first person to congratulate each graduand as they became a graduate. And I can now be the first person too to tell you how proud the university is of you. And I'm sure your supporters, family and friends agree. So I ask them, along with my colleagues, to applaud the hard work and achievement of you, our new graduates, including, of course, our honorary graduates, Dame Professor Frances Kirwan and Sir Ciarán Devane. The University of York is a special university. It's really very good. It's less than 60 years old, yet already regarded as one of the UK's best, and with an outstanding reputation worldwide. All the measures we routinely use on quality of teaching, excellence of research, prospects of graduates, impact on our economy, all confirm that strength, that reputation, that quality. But there's more to it than that. That quality is underpinned by powerful values. Our founders set up the university for public good. Our students were not just to be technically proficient in their fields, but also to be able to apply their learning for social benefit, both in the UK, but also, and this was the language used at that time, back in the early 1960s, as citizens of the world. And we were to care, I quote, more than almost anything else about opening up access to our university to those who'd previously not had the opportunity. And our research was not just intended to open up new knowledge, but also to apply that knowledge with and through its students, I quote again, for the amelioration of human life and conditions, or in other words, for public good. What do those values mean for you, our graduates? Well, they bring to mind a conversation I had a while ago with a group of leading figures from across the public and private sectors. The conversation was about what qualities they felt our graduates should have in an era of rapid technological change. The consensus was that while technical skills to work with new technologies were important, they were in the end temporary, because technology will move on, and therefore secondary. What was more important was the ability to adapt, to apply critical thinking to new challenges, to collaborate, to be comfortable in different settings, public or private sector, in different places, different cultures. What we want from your graduates, one of them summed up, is wisdom. Wisdom, the ability to think and act using knowledge, experience, understanding, and insight. You, some of the graduates we were imagining in that conversation, do not graduate only with proficiency in your subjects. You graduate also with the building blocks of that wisdom. You are, as the motto says on our crest, in limine sapienti, it says at the threshold of wisdom. You graduate from a university which brings together students from a wide array of academic disciplines, all with their eye on the public good that their knowledge can contribute to. As a result, you will have encountered different ways of understanding the world around you from your peer group of students, and what you can do to help it flourish in future. And you will have met fellow students from all over our world. Our students hail from over 140 countries. The university forms a truly global community. It's a meeting place for students, local and international, to exchange the ideas, experiences and values they bring with them from different parts of the world. Through that exchange, you, our graduates, are, as the Archbishop of York put it at the inauguration of the university in 1963, citizens not only of York, not only of England or Great Britain, not only of Europe, but the world. That exchange happens within the classroom, but also beyond it. We're fortunate through our students' unions to have the richest variety of student societies and activities of any university in the UK. We cater for pretty much any shared interest you could imagine. And many of those shared interests look outward to address challenges our society faces, whether through community volunteering in and around York, campaigning on the crucial issues of our time, like climate change, or building international understanding. The breadth of perspective that comes from being part of such a multidisciplinary, global, and socially committed community is an asset that you, our graduates, will take with you as you develop your careers. And it will also be an asset for the organisations you go on to work for. That breadth of perspective nurtures wisdom, and that in turn becomes your platform for public good. Of course, our academics, represented by those you see up here and others in the hall, have something to do with that wisdom. They work to discover the knowledge that helps us understand better the challenges that face us all, around the environment, public health, inequality, our cultural heritage, ageing, creativity, energy, new technologies, human rights, and much, much more. They devise and deliver courses in all sorts of innovative ways on the basis of world-leading expertise. Expertise. There are some who would say, we have had enough of experts. Well, we haven't. Our academics believe in the search for truth, the principled use of evidence, and the importance of sharing their knowledge and expertise for general benefit, for public good. I laud the passion with which they share that expertise with our students, the inspiration they give, but also the inspiration they in turn get from their students, including you who have graduated today. I laud also the contribution of other staff at the university for what they do in ensuring things run smoothly, whether it's organising the library, looking after university finances, managing our careers service, cleaning student bedrooms, or keeping our many, many geese more or less under control. So let me call on you, our graduates, to join me in applauding our outstanding staff and all that they have done to support you through your time here. I'd like now to say something about the family and friends supporting you in this hall today. I suspect they may have helped you from time to time during your period here at the university, providing advice, companionship, the occasional shoulder to cry on, laundry services, and, no doubt, a little bit of money here and there. Graduates, in light of all of that, would you please stand and turn to your family and friends in this hall and applaud them for their support? Thank you. Now, I wish all of our graduates success and happiness for the future. Please do keep in touch. As you crossed the platform earlier, you became automatically members of the York Alumni Association. Through the Alumni Association, you can stay in touch, share experience and insight, help and support one another, and of course, keep in touch with what's happening at the university. One thing you'll hear about is York Unlimited, the campaign for the University of York. Some of you will have played a role this year in helping to shape and launch York Unlimited, raising the profile of and helping to support the issues we all care about, including widening access to university and building new knowledge about vital issues like mental health and well-being and global sustainability. And many have inspired, supported and helped raise significant funding for all these areas. So thank you, and do continue to help us further. Before I close, let me say that we really do look forward to hearing from you as you move into the next phase of your lives. We look forward to hearing about the ways in which you use the skills you've developed through your degrees, but also the wisdom that you have built through your wider experience here at York. We look forward to hearing about how you use that wisdom to build your own careers, but also make your contribution to our founding principle the amelioration of human life and conditions. We look forward to hearing about the contribution to public good that's a special feature of being part of our community at the University of York. Thank you. Thank you very much. I declare this congregation closed. Please rise.